Verinder Jas.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I want to commend all the speeches made this afternoon, and particularly those made by the honourable members from Lagan Valley, Luton North, Milton Keynes and Rochdale. And I do have to confess that I felt quite shocked by some of the statistics and stories that I heard, even though this is something that I've been involved in as a trade unionist for quite some time. I also find myself warning my daughter to be careful when she goes out in the way that I wouldn't with my son, even though they are of a similar age, and that is really unacceptable in this day and age. Data published by the National Police Chiefs Council in July 2024 found that over 1 million crimes of violence against women and girls were recorded by the police in 2022 to 2023, which equates to nearly 3,000 offences every single day, and that violent crime against women and girls has increased by 37% during the 5-year period between 2018 and 2023. The ONS has used data from the Crime Survey for England and Wales and found that domestic abuse-related crimes represented 15.8% of all offences recorded by the police last year. Domestic violence is something that affects all cultures and societies, which is something that the Right Honourable Member opposite also acknowledged. In my constituency of Wolverhampton West, we have the headquarters of The Haven, Wolverhampton, which is a charitable organisation providing practical and emotional support services to women and children who have suffered domestic violence, abuse and homelessness. The Haven has been established for more than 50 years and is one of the largest refuge providers in the UK, but like other charities, it requires financial support to assist these women and children, and we need to ensure as a society that we maintain and increase upon such provision throughout the country and ensure that these organisations get the financial support that they need. We also need to safeguard victims of domestic violence in other ways. Currently, a survivor of domestic violence might be eligible for debt solution to clear the debts accumulated during their abusive relationship, but once a debt solution is approved, their home address is published online on the individual insolvency register, which anyone can see. This is obviously very terrifying for those who have been victims of domestic abuse, because it makes them vulnerable to further harm from their ex-partners who can find their address online. There is an option to have their details hidden by obtaining what is known as a person at risk of violence PAV order, but this requires them to pay £308 and attend court, which can be very difficult for a traumatised survivor who is already in debt. And so I think we should be looking at abolishing the fee for the PAV order. I'm very proud that this Labour government has already taken steps to halve violence against women and girls within the decade by, for example, introducing Reneen's Law, which from this year will see domestic abuse specialists placed in 999 control rooms, and by also launching the pilot for the domestic abuse protection orders, as well as rolling out the independent legal advocates for rape victims. But I'm sure, having heard everyone this afternoon, that this House will agree that we all need to ensure that we strive to do even more.